Should you buy a $300 inflatable paddleboard from Amazon like I did? So firstly, why did I even choose to buy an inflatable paddleboard from Amazon for $300? I'm guessing for the same reasons anyone else would. I only spent $300 because I was on a budget, and I went with an inflatable paddleboard due to the portability of it. When this is deflated, I can just put it in the included backpack and throw it in my SUV, and there's still plenty of room for all my other gear. I like that I don't have to worry about attaching anything on the roof. I don't have to worry about anyone trying to mess with the paddleboard, like if I left it on the roof while I went mountain biking or running or something. Before we get into the pros and cons of this board, let's discuss who this board is actually meant for. This board is meant for flat water, or I've used it in slow-moving calm rivers. Like most budget gear, I would say this is good for beginners. This board is not meant for whitewater or river surfing. If that's what you're looking to do, you'll need a board that was designed for those activities. So for the things I like about it, this kit comes with everything you need to get started. The paddle comes apart in 3 pieces in order to fit in the included backpack, but it also comes with 2 options. Firstly, you can use it as a typical paddleboard paddle with the paddle end on one side and the handle end on the other, but you can also use it like a kayak paddle with paddles on both ends. And you can also adjust the height to fit you. This kit comes with a 5-liter dry bag, which I've found is a good size to bring a water bottle, some snacks, and extra GoPro batteries. I've also used it to pick up trash on an island that I paddled to. A repair kit is included as well, which luckily I have not had to use. The pump it comes with seems to be a fairly standard pump. It does take a few minutes to inflate the board, and the closer it gets to its goal PSI, the more difficult it gets to pump, but I'd say it's doable for most people. On the top of the board, there are 2 handles, one in the back that seems to be more for dragging it, which sometimes I use that to attach a dry bag, and the other handle is in the center, which is what I typically use to carry it. There are also D-rings and bungee cords that can be used for storage on the surface of the board. The D-rings have a second purpose as well, which is that they can be used to add a seat to turn the paddleboard into more of a sit-on-top kayak. The front of the board has a built-in Gopro mount, which I really appreciate as I don't have to worry about the mount possibly falling off and having to retrieve my GoPro. I personally like to use the Max because with it being a 360 camera, I can get shots of what's in front of me and myself paddling without having to mess around with how it's mounted. The bottom of the board has 2 smaller permanent fins and 1 center larger fin that can be removed, and it should be removed when folding the board up. So on to the things I don't like, and I really only have one complaint, and that's that it's not the most stable board I've ever used. Now, it's not ridiculously unstable. I've never fallen off of it, and I've been able to use it with 2 people. It's quite possible it's just more unstable than other boards I've used because it's also the smallest board I've used. This one is 9.5 feet long, but they also make a 10.5 and 11-foot versions, so that's just something to keep in mind if you don't have a lot of balance. On to durability, which was my main concern when buying a budget board. I have not had any issues with my board. I have heard of other people having issues with both this and other budget boards. Based on that, I can't guarantee if you buy this board you won't have any issues, but it seems like those who have had issues are in minority compared to those who haven't. I'll leave a link to the board below so you can check it out more or read other reviews if you'd like. Overall, I would say if you're looking for a budget board, this would be a good choice, but if you can afford it or are really serious about paddleboarding, I would go for a more name brand option. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. Please like and subscribe as it really helps out. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to be always adventuring.